Joe Casanova. What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. What is good? What is good? Come on in. Come on in. Y'all know it's time. The Clarity Act has passed. So why the heck did the crypto prices drop? Look, we're going to have a little chit chat tonight, okay? We're going to have a little chit chat. So, because we're going to have a little chit chat about that, okay? I'm not coming from the perspective of everybody else, so don't loop me in and combine me in with everybody. What's going on? Bernard the man, what's up? What's up? Nick Nack, what's going on? Do not lump me in with these other people, okay? Because I don't talk about crypto just to talk about crypto in the manner that other people do. I talk about it because when we deal with money in general, y'all, there are going to be emotions involved. Okay, there are going to be emotions involved. And because there's emotions involved, sometimes when we have those emotions involved, we make some really bad money decisions. Okay. And so that's where I'm coming from when it comes to what has happened today, which is the Clarity Act has passed. Okay. But the crypto markets have dropped. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up because I want to see when I went to pick up my daughter from school, and that was at like 2:30 or so. Welcome, Dana. Yeah, I want to say it was around 2:30 or so when I was actually, over in the school area. And I looked and I was like, oh my God. Bitcoin has dropped from 88K and it was at 83K when I was sitting in the car line to pick up my little girl. So I was like, all right, well, there we go. Let's see what's going on. All right. Silver hit $120, y'all. Oh my God, I missed that yesterday. Dang. 121, my bad. What's going on, Tiger? So yeah, Bitcoin is at 84 right now. But it had got down to 83, 83.3. So a little, it was almost at 82 if it would have kept going. All right, BW, what's going on? Armad, what's going on? NRS Melissa, what's going on? M Lopez, what's up? BW, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's talk about this. Okay. I definitely want to remind everybody that I am not a financial advisor yet. That time is definitely coming because I'm not gonna get into the stuff that happened with my financial advisor. All I'll say is we just need some more people. Welcome, Mary. We need some more people who are in the crypto space to become financial advisors because this is going to be very helpful, especially moving forward as an investor. Thank you so very much, Dina, for the follow. This is going to be very helpful for all the people who are considering digital assets, tokenized real world assets, things of that nature. You are into or interested in blockchain technology, right? Things that are not blocked, or you can't see it, but you have full transparency in what's going on in the market. Welcome, Antonio. This will be one of those spaces you want to learn about. I'm not telling you to go put money into anything. I said learn about. Welcome, Mr. Marlin. Okay. Now, a lot has happened today. Welcome, Reed. A lot has happened today. The Clarity Act was passed in the Senate. Okay. But guess what happened? The doggone crypto market dropped. Like I said, for people who were not here earlier, welcome, Oreo. When I was sitting in the car line with my little one, waiting to pick up my little one from school, y'all, I looked at the charts and I was like, dang, Bitcoin had dropped from 88K to 83. And then for my XRP people, because I know y'all gonna want me to say something. What's going on, Josh? Well, for my XRP people, I looked, I was like $1.70, whatever it was. I said, well, okay, well, I know some XRP folks are like, come on down some more. Because they told me here on TikTok, they told me, what's going on Sunday? What is going on? Welcome, welcome. It's been a minute. He been at work. Work. Sunday been getting to work, huh? Dina said that was a real letdown for sure. We're about to get into that. We're about to get into that. Okay. So yeah, when I saw XRP was at like $1.70 something, whatever it was at the time, I was thinking about the XRP folks when I asked them, like, what's the price point you want XRP to get to before you like buy more in bulk? This is just me, sheer curiosity, right? I want to hear from them. So I asked them, and the bulk of them said like $1.50. So I was like, okay. And so when I saw it was like $1.70, whatever it was, I was like, boy, I know they probably like, come on, just come on down just a little bit more, so that way I can get this price, get this entry in, right? But anyway, so I talk about crypto a bit different. I don't talk about crypto in the manner that everyone else does because I come from a standpoint of behavior. When we talk about money, how many of us have some type of emotion attached to our money? Thank you, Sunday, for the heart. Me, I appreciate you. Welcome, Mr. Larry, right? There's some type of emotion, especially if you are new to managing money. And I'm not talking about like paying bills. No, I'm talking about being an investor, being a trader. Okay, there are some people that follow me on here. They trade as well. Welcome, Deborah Store. I see you. Okay, so we learn very early on when we are investing, especially in this market. Okay, you are going to go through a range of emotions, but the longer you are a part of this community, right? As long as you're a part of the crypto community, welcome, Butterfly. As long as you're a part of the crypto community, you are going to learn to manage your emotions. So, an incident like today, a situation like today, welcome, Lenny. A situation like today, you wouldn't necessarily be that person that's like, what's going on? You're just like, okay, something happened between the House and the Senate, because what I read on CNBC, their headline, their article, they said that the Senate passed the bill, but now they need to combine the two. So my antennas went up like, what do you mean you need to combine the two? What's going on? So I immediately went into, well, why? So it sparked curiosity for me. Whereas people who are fairly new to the market, haven't really, managed their emotions well when it comes to dealing with money, those individuals may be like, I don't get it. Why the price dropped? It should have went up and all that. Okay. So we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay. Welcome, Dan. I see you. Y'all keep tapping the screen. Tap it up on TikTok. Okay. And if you are a first-time viewer of my lives, then I ask that you repost, not necessarily share yet, because I know you got to get to know me, and that's cool. Okay. So repost. And then y'all keep on engaging, because I don't like to talk to myself. I don't like to hear myself talk, truth be told. It may not seem like it, but I don't like to talk just to talk. Okay. I want to engage because I'm curious as to how people feel or what you're thinking about what happened today. Okay. Now, for my people on YT, let's get into it. I want y'all to make sure that you are liking, give the thumbs up or the heart, whichever one. Okay. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And then also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you know when I am live again. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. Mr. Snipper said it still has to pass in the banking committee, then the big vote in the Senate, then president will sign it. Okay. So what I read with CNBC was that they have to combine the two bills and then they can do all of that processing, because clearly there is something that was in the House and versus the Senate that they're saying, hey, look, we need to take the good things out of both of these and put them together, and now we can push forward. That's my understanding of it. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I read with CNBC. Welcome, Esther Sanchez. All right. So a lot has happened today. I understand that it can be confusing for a lot of people, especially as a beginner. Welcome, DB. Especially as a beginner. Okay. So tonight we're going to slow this down. We're going to talk about why that reaction price dropping, why that reaction actually makes sense. Okay, 6.2 ml. I see you. Welcome. Mr. Slipper said, yes, combine. You're right. Absolutely. Got you. OG, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. All right. Mr. Slipper said probably 60 days away. Hey, I'm not counting. Whatever happens, happens. You know, whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna be here regardless. All right, what's up? Innovative Nick, what's going on? Okay. So if you saw the headlines today, okay, and thought, wait a minute. What just happened? Like why are the prices dropping? All right, I want you to give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if you were like, I don't understand, like why price dropping and this is good news. You know, thank you, Jerry, for the harmony. I appreciate you. Okay, say market, say let's get into it. Why the price? Say, hey, market makers responsible for today. Word on the street. Okay, Dina said that's about the time power will be replaced. Makes sense. Okay, buy the rumor, sell the news. Innovative Nick. Yo, that's what I kid you not. I'm learning. I'm a student, y'all. So I know I get on here and I share things and I teach, right? But I am a student. And when I was reading today, what Innovative Nick put on here is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, because that is a huge price drop. I'm speaking for Bitcoin specifically. 88 down to 83, almost 82,000. By the rumor, because I had some people on here on Tuesday was like, oh yeah, it's gonna get passed. The Clarity Act is gonna get passed this week. And I said, well, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Like I'm not sitting here like it's gotta do this. No, I have learned, I am learning still, but I've gotten better with being patient and not rushing any processes. That's very hard to do now. I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's easy. I need y'all to know that's not easy. All right. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we all are on that page. Okay. The great one, 1975. Welcome. Mike, what's going on? Thank you so very much for the follow. Mr. Slipper said they want to start allowing crypto in 401k soon. Might be related. Well, y'all know that I don't know if Mr. Slippers, you knew this, but in your self-directed like IRAs, they already allow it with Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and then Vanguard started last month. Last month is when Vanguard started allowing their the crypto ETFs to go into your retirement, your IRAs, right? So yeah, that would definitely be it. CD Noel said we'll see how the February 2nd meeting goes. Hey, you know, it is what it is. Jerry Manuel, thank you so very much. I appreciate the repost. That's what's up. Mary Aim, that's not what we're talking about right now. We are focusing on why the prices dropped, okay, when the Clarity Act was passed today. Thank you, Jerry, for liking the live as well. Malik, what's going on? Welcome. Okay, so let's get into this. Hey, what's going on? I see you coming on. I see y'all coming on. Make sure that you give the thumbs up on YouTube and then subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell if you haven't hit the notification bell yet. So some people were confused today. Now, here's what I want to remind everybody because I see new people here. Y'all, I am not a financial advisor yet. I'm not a financial advisor yet. Okay? I am working on that because we need more people that are into crypto as financial advisors, okay? So until that time comes, welcome, Sean. Until that time comes, I got to give y'all the disclaimer. Anything that I share tonight on TikTok and on YouTube, y'all, this is strictly for educational purposes only. I want to help raise your awareness so that way you know where to start as far as researching. Welcome, Mr. James. I see you. Thank you so very much for the rose, Malik. I appreciate that. Okay, what's going on, Sean? What's up? What's up? All right, thank you for liking the live. So I'm not going to give any financial advice. So like when that young lady asked what crypto I hold, that's not the topic of discussion for tonight. But even when I do share what I'm holding, I make sure I let people know. Thank you, Sean, for the heart. I appreciate you. I make sure to let people know that because I hold it does not mean that you have to go hold it. I want you to learn for yourself. The goal of every single one of these lives is to help you to figure out how to think, not what to think. Again, there's a difference. How to think, not what to think. Everybody got it? Okay? So I'm not here to tell you what to buy or sell. I'm here to help you understand what you're seeing so that way you don't react out of fear like some people have done. So Clarity Act was passed and still looking for my billions. Unstoppable, quit playing with us. Your billions are on the way. They're on the way. All right, Charity, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go. So I need people to know this if you are not aware. As a matter of fact, before I go into it, for my people who have never ever put a dime into the cryptocurrency market, but you're curious, okay? I want you to put the number 1 in the chat real quick. If you are curious about the cryptocurrency market, you haven't put a dime in, go ahead and give me the number 1. Say genuine lady of crypto here. Oh, thank you so very much, Sean. I appreciate that. Yes. Put the number 1 in the chat. If you have never ever put a dime into the market, you're curious about it, that's why you're here. Say it's the shorts, they're killing it for the longs. Yeah, that's what we was talking about, Malik, for sure. I thank you so very much for the follow. Petra Shop, I appreciate you. Brian West, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Put the number 1. Put the number 2 in the chat for all of my people who have put some money in the market, but you don't really know what you're doing. You like, look, I put a little something down. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Thank you so very much, Charity, for sharing the live and reposting. I appreciate you. Like, if that's you, put the number 2 in the chat. I see you, Aaron. It's okay. That's why we're here. Unstoppable over here playing with us. Me. Yes. Okay, I got you. Mr. James, thank you so very much for reposting. I appreciate you. Okay, so for all my twos, this is going to be for you. Okay, and then for my people who have put money in the market, you've been in the cryptocurrency market for at least 1 year. You feel all right, but you're not confident, right? Like, man, I got a long way to go. Put the number 3 in the chat. Okay, put the number 3 in the chat. Thank you so very much, Michael, for sharing and following. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Mr. James. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Put the number 3 in the chat if that applies to you. You put money into the market. You've been here for a little bit. You don't really know what you're doing. So you're like, I need to learn everything I can. Fancy, I got you. Brian, Wes, I got you. All right, cool. So with that being said, I know y'all in here. Give me them 4s. Y'all know who you are. Give me them 4s. Y'all been in this market doing your thing. You still a student, but you know what you're doing. But you still a student, okay? I'm gonna put the number 4 in there too, because that's me. You know, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, seriously, as an investor. Okay, got introduced back in 2016, 2017, but y'all, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So of course I couldn't take it serious, right? You know, OG Chris said 3.5. Got you. It's okay, you know. But yeah, so if because I didn't know what the heck I was doing, yeah, I just was like, shh. You know, I did. And 2020 is when I got reintroduced to it the right way. Hey, what's going on, BK Crypto? Boom! What's up? What's up? Hey, you in the wrong profile. When you put boom, I knew it was you. Okay. So yeah. So everybody that put the 4s in the chat, what I'm gonna ask, I love for y'all to help people. But what I ask is you keep in mind that these lives, Leona's lives, are specifically for beginners. So if you're going to share something, please share it in a manner that a beginner, a person who has never ever put a dime into the market, they can understand it. So give them real world scenarios. Break it down. We don't do a bunch of crypto jargon here. Okay. I give you the crypto jargon, but I also tell you what that means, what it looks like in a different way. So hopefully you catch it. Okay. Tall Gals Closet, thank you so very much for the follow. Okay. Rob, thank you for the follow. Motion Boulevard, I see you. Welcome. Okay. So let's go. So with that being said, we know that as far as the Senate goes, the Clarity Act was passed, but I want to break this down. Okay. This is the simplified version of what happened today. Y'all ready on YouTube too? Give me the word ready if y'all ready to talk about this. Give me the word ready in the chat if y'all ready to talk about this. Refined Chaos. Welcome. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. We're going to go ahead and talk about this. I see you. Aaron, ready. Malik, ready. James, Mr. James, ready. The Goonies, what's going on? Ready, ready. I see you. Terrence, thank you so very much for the follow. OG. PJ, what's going on? Ready. Dang. Yeah, I'm on. Listen, YouTube and TikTok. Refined Chaos, ready. Okay, Shelby, thank you so very much for the follow. All right, so here's what happened. The Senate passed the crypto market structure bill. This was when we were talking about the Clarity Act on Tuesday. This is what we were talking about, okay? That bill needs to be combined with the House version. So when I saw, because I Googled real quick, like what happened with the Senate bill, because I was really busy today. So when I was sitting in the car line, I was like, what happened with the Clarity Act bill today? And then CNBC was the first one that came up, so I clicked on that one. And in that article, it was pretty much saying that, yep, they passed it. It was the Senate Agriculture and something, whatever it was. I can't remember fully, okay? So don't come for me. If you know what it was, then go ahead, type it in the chat, y'all, okay? I'm all for it. So anyway, what ended up happening was they passed it, that portion in the Senate, but now they said, hey, the House has some stuff in there we ain't rocking with. The House is like, the Senate has some stuff in there we ain't rocking with. So now we have to get the best of the two. Thank you, Jerry, for the roses. I appreciate you. Thank you, Charity, for the roses. I appreciate you. So now pretty much what they have to do is get the best from the House version, the best things from the Senate version, put those together, and then they have to come back together. So the goal is to have one unified framework to tell us how cryptocurrency is going to be regulated, or under that particular framework, under that particular bill. Thank you so very much, Unstoppable, for the heart me. Under that particular bill, it would be regulated by the CFTC. For my people who are like, Leona, what CFTC? What is that? That is the, Commodities Futures Trading Commission. I had to say that slow because I don't messed it up before. Thank you so very much, Unstoppable, for the rose. Okay, so that's the Commodities Futures. Thank you, Mr. James. Okay, thank you. So Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Okay, now there's another one that crypto could fall under, and that's the SEC. That's the Securities Exchange Commission. Okay, there are two different entities in which cryptocurrency could fall under. The whole point of the Clarity Act, okay, is to help everyone understand where crypto falls. Is it SEC? Is it CFTC? That's it. That's all. Boom! Welcome back. All right. That's it. So I want you to think of this, y'all, as two drafts. Let's say you're in school, okay? I'm pretty sure everybody's gone to school at some point, whether it's high school, college, okay? So let's say you're broken up into groups and you're doing a project, okay? Let's say thank you, Mr. James, for typing that in there for everybody. As a matter of fact, let me pin that. Okay, so if you're in these different groups and you're doing a group project, okay, I want you to think of it like you have two drafts within this group project that now need to be merged together to create one final version before it's turned in, before it's done. Does that make sense to everybody? Unstoppable said, I went to the school of hard knocks. Haven't we all? Haven't we all? Refined Chaos. Thank you so very much for the repost. Bargain, what's going on? Welcome. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. If that makes sense, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you can now understand, you have two different drafts of this group project that has to be turned in. Now y'all are going to work to put both drafts together. Take the best out of the up one, take the best out of the other one, put those together, and now you have your final version to turn in to get your grade. Everybody got it? That's what's happening right now. Okay? Well, that's what's gonna have to happen. Okay? All right, I got you, OG Chris. I got you, Shelby. Welcome, welcome. All right, cool. So now that we have a better understanding that, let's talk about why the bills have to be combined. So I kind of touched on that. Welcome, Justin Madrid. I see you. Madrid. I just messed your name up. I'm sorry. Welcome, the other Justin. It was another Justin that came up. Sorry. Okay. So now let's talk about why they have to be combined. Okay. A lot of people have asked, like, I'm going to speak for myself. I know that was my first thought when I saw the article. I was like, why this ain't done already? Like, come on, man. Mr. James said banks trying to block because of DeFi. The banks are going to do what the banks are going to do. The banks are going to do what the banks are going to do. I have nothing to say. Okay. You know, but if you were that person that thought like me, like, man, why we ain't done with this already? Like, y'all, okay, y'all passed. So what are we doing? Like, let's make this thing happen. If that was your thought process, like, why is this not done already? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Real quick. Oh, thank you so very much for such a time. Thank you so very much for the 2026. Shelby was with me. Okay. So me and you, Shelby, we here. We both was here like, y'all ain't done yet? Like, let's get this going. Somebody used to say when I was little, I'll be like, skitty, squirty, let's go. Like, what are you doing? Make this happen. I know that's a little country, so don't mind me. All right. But here's the deal. I'm going to say this again for my people who just joined, either on TikTok or YouTube. Thank y'all so very much for the 11K. I appreciate y'all. Great job. Okay. And let's get the shares going. All right. If you have not followed me, okay, and you're just tuning in, you're like, I don't know you like that, Leona, you can always just repost, okay? Share when you are comfortable here and you like, yeah, I got you, okay? But repost right now. That would be great. SoCal Mod 57, thank you so very much for the follow. All right, cool. So what happened today is a reflection of the House and Senate writing two different versions of this bill. Both chambers have to pass the same text. So if I say this is what I see as a really great way to move forward with cryptocurrency, but Unstoppable say, nah, this is what I see, but there are pieces in both of ours that we both can agree on. Well, guess what? Now we have to combine the bills. We both have to now combine those bills. All right. So combining the bills is about agreement, not necessarily delay. Mari, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. Now, here's the thing. This is where I differ in some other crypto educators or people who are crypto enthusiasts. That's probably a better word to say. Crypto enthusiasts. All right. Our brains read not final yet, meaning, we still got to do more, as danger for some people. Okay. But legislatively, what we know is this is normal. Okay. I got it. We want it done right now. Agreement between House and Senate. Absolutely, Aaron. Unstoppable. Bruh. You on the roll today. Tiger, thank you so very much for sharing the live. Queen D, thank you so very much for the follow. Unstoppable is in here cutting up, y'all. So what I would like for us to do, okay, is think about that. Welcome back, Sunday. I see you. Welcome back. What's going on, Stan? Welcome. Okay, what I want us to think about is, I talked about this on Tuesday. Sometimes for us as human beings, our brains is focused on that one thing. It's that one piece of information that we're missing. Because I automatically went to that today. When I saw When I was reading that article by CNBC and they said now they have to combine the two, I was like, oh, why are we not done? I was like, well, what's the thing that they like? What's the thing that they're not agreeing on? That's where my mind went. Like, what's the thing that they're not agreeing on? Because y'all should be able to get this done, right? That's my brain, but that's not how everything works. Okay, so when for you guys, I just want to know because I'm curious. If you were here on Tuesday, then you already know where I'm going. 3 IG truck driver, I see you. Welcome. When something isn't finished, does your brain assume like it's a problem, like something wrong, or do you say, well, that's just part of the process? Like, which one do you like? As a matter of fact, prime example today, did you think, oh shoot, what's the problem? Or, well, that's part of the process. Put problem in the chat if you thought like me originally. Put problem in the chat if you thought, man, it's a problem, something not right. What's missing? And put process in the chat if you're like, nah, that's just part of the process. Which one did you think today? Phantom said, bye, it's a fire sale. Hey, do what you do according to your budget. So they're trying to figure out how to benefit themselves the most. Ooh, Rosie say they over here thinking about themselves. They don't care about y'all. They don't care about us. I mean, I'm not here to debate that. You know, I just do what I do. And then I share information and prayerfully everybody goes and do their research and then do what they do according to their life and their goals. You know what I'm saying? But Rosie, I'm not going to say I disagree. Stan said process. Okay, cool. Sunday said process. That's good. Okay. So if you were the person that was like, no, that's just part of the process, that's really great for you. Okay. Now I'm telling the truth. My mind immediately went to, wait, so what's the one thing that they can't agree on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my mind went. It's an issue. Like, because why y'all ain't fixed this yet? That was just my initial thought. Then, as I got to reading, I was like, okay, well, they can't agree on nothing anyway. So, I've been here since 2017, watching it all. Okay, all right. Dream Tracy said, when have they ever cared about us? I know. That's why I do what I do. Because nobody's going to save me. I save myself. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. I save myself. Right? So that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it for today. Okay? That's the gist of it. So this is why the bills have to be combined. They wrote 2 different versions. The House has one version. The Senate has another version. Now, both of them have to come together and they have to agree on the same thing. So they're more than likely going to pick the stuff that they like about one and the other, put that together. I would really hope that they do that in a civilized manner, in a timely manner. But again, I don't have much faith in that. So, hey, for such a time, thank you so very much for the follow. All right, combining the bills today, that is the goal, is to be able to agree to that, okay? It doesn't mean that passing it in general is not going to happen. Well, we won't have that clarity. We won't have that understanding. We won't know specifically which agency cryptocurrency falls under, right? We will know that when the time comes, all right? Now, why did the prices drop? Let's talk about that. Because I know it's somebody that's going to be like, hey, there are multiple reasons. Dustin, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. There are multiple things that could have happened at the same time, okay? Now, this is where I differ from some crypto enthusiasts because I am learning to look at how it's moving, why it's moving, but I also think there are human beings that are putting money into these markets. What is the thing that every human being has in common? We all experience emotions. So emotions drive the market. Whether people want to admit it or not, that's what it is. Okay? So I'm going to break this down into four things. There was someone mentioned it earlier, and I wish I could remember the user, the handle. If you're still here, you're going to be like, that was me. Go ahead and type it in the chat. When I was reading and I thought, you buy the rumor and sell the news. There are some traders. What's going on, JJ? He been at work. JJ been working. He been work. Yeah, been getting to work. I see you. Okay, said the prices never went up. Yep, we gonna get to that. It's been down. Bitcoin dropped from 88K down to 83,000 earlier today. And it's just now going back to like 84 when I looked at it when I first got on the live. Okay, so buy the rumor, sell the news. There are traders out there. What they did was they put in the buy before the vote and then sold once the vote happened. Dustin, let's go. Dustin. Now, I'm not going to say yes or no. All I'm going to say is this is typical. This is typical. XRP tank like the Titanic. Hey, I don't know if you're one of those people, Philip, but I immediately thought about the XRP folks. When I saw how much Bitcoin dropped, Stopper said, I can't wait till it gets to 10K. Shoot. If it gets to 10K, all us gonna be nice. Mitch, thank you so very much for the follow. But I immediately thought about XRP. When I saw the Bitcoin drop, I was like, oh, let me see what the price of XRP is. Because I remember this was maybe November, I think. And it was, I was asking the XRP army, I was like, hey, so what is y'all ideal price point that you want to see XRP get down to so you can buy in bulk? I said, I'm asking because I'm curious to see what the XRP community says, right? And so all of them said, thank you so very much, Rosie, for the heart me. I appreciate you. So a good majority of them all said the same price area, and they said $1.50. So when I saw today, it was at like $1.70 something. I was like, but I know the ones that were saying $1.50. I said, I know they sitting there like, come on, drop a little bit more XRP. I bet they were rubbing their hands like Birdman. They was ready, boy. Like, come on down a little bit more. I got this money sitting here ready. I'm waiting on you. So I just, He said, do not sell if it goes to 10. Wait, do not sell if it goes to 10 cents. You talking about XRP, Aaron? JJ said, I'm still hurt, but up still. Hey, that's what's up. Long as you up. Said Mitch said yes, November from under 65 cents, and boom, it ran up to 150 in November. Yeah. So I know the XRP folks just sitting there waiting, ready, like, come on, just come on down a little bit more. Come on down a little bit more. So I can go ahead and do what I do, So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the XRP Army. XRP is holding at 180. 180 is a support. There y'all go. Okay. Oh man, the name just jumped. I'm sorry. Welcome, Jerome. I see you. All right. So that was number one. That was one of the points that I wanted to make as to why price dropped. Okay. Today. The second one, I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Well, actually, I said it on a video. I didn't say it on here. I said it on a video that I posted. But what I said, there's like this expectation mismatch. Now, some of us were anticipating price going up a bit, right? What we weren't anticipating was that interest rates were not going to be cut. And then we follow with the Clarity Act being passed, but now they have to do this whole combination. You know what I'm saying? Like now they got to come together and attempt to make a decision on what's going to stay from the House version and what's going to stay from the Senate version. And now they have to agree on something. All right. So people expected to say GTA Vice City songs. Landy, thank you so very much for the follow. Thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate you, Landy. Okay. There were some people out here that expected instant certainty, like now the Clarity Act is passed. Let's get this ball rolling. Thank you, Mike, for the follow. All right. Instead, what we got was a bit of structure in this process. Okay. Just a little bit of structure. So now the House knows what the Senate is agreeing upon. The Senate now knows what the House is agreeing upon. Now they got to get rid of the stuff that they don't agree on and come together. God bless us. Gambit 07. Thank you so very much for the follow. All right. Now, number 3. This is a third thing. Now, I will say this. Those beginners, those that gave the number 2, Mamba Land, welcome. I see you. Those of you that gave the number 2, maybe even 3s, okay? If you put 2 or 3, may or may not, I'm not saying you were like this, but fear of the unknown. That could be another thing that contributed to the reason for the prices dropping. How long is it going to take them to finally come to an agreement or real agreement? Welcome, Danny, to pass this particular legislation, right? Or regulation. So that way we know where crypto officially falls. Is it CFTC? Is it SEC? Which one is it? So we can get the heck on. Okay? Right? So even though it's a good step forward, right? Good change can still feel scary, especially when people don't understand it. Welcome, Johnny. Okay? So that's another reason, potentially, that prices have dropped. Government shutdown is why it's falling. Not the only thing. Not the only thing. Because when it comes to crypto, there are multiple things that contribute to it, right? And then on top of that, y'all, there's this thing called follow the leader or herd behavior, whatever you want to call it. People got to remember you buying tech, all a new system. Absolutely. And I'm going to pin that. Okay? There's this mentality that we have, not all, but a good amount of people, where we follow what the majority is doing. So once the prices start dropping, that fear is going to spread much faster than the actual facts. Would you agree or disagree with that? That just in general, fear spreads faster than facts. We see something happen, and I'm telling this, my people, people who look like me. If somebody take off running and they near you, what you gonna do? People who look like me, because y'all know how we are. If somebody take off running, if you're in a location, let's say y'all in a building, and somebody runs past you, and then another person run past you, what you gonna do? Hello, JJ, we all running. Run. Aaron said, take off too. Come on, we out of here. We ain't asking no questions. What's going on? Going to heck now. You running, I'm running. Deshaun, well, thank you so very much for the gift. That's what it is. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. That happens in the market. Not everybody. But there are, exactly, JJ said, ask later. When we out the way and the person don't stop, now what you running for? Shoot, I done ran too. Mitch said, run first, ask later. That's right. Doesn't say you got to buy when there's blood in the streets. Hey, you know, so for some people, all right, that type of thought process that we have when we see somebody take off running, we gone too, right? Some people translate that and bring that into the market too. Not all. Okay? Some of us have learned to not do that. But I'm pretty sure when you were a beginner, you ain't know what you was doing. Dan, welcome. You didn't know what you was doing, even if it's in the stock market, crypto market, whatever. Y'all, as a beginner, as an investor, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Okay? You're going to send it as well, Dan. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Don't beat yourself up about that, especially coming here in the crypto market. It's still new, y'all. It's only been here since 2009. So it's not like it's been here forever. Okay? So those are 4 things that have the greatest potential to impact prices today. Okay? Those traders that bought before the vote happened today and then sold once it happened, that's one. People expecting one thing to happen, but then something else happened, that's 2. Okay? It passed the Senate today. Damn. That was this morning, right? They met at 10:30 this morning, so it passed. Okay? But they still got some work to do. Okay? 3, even when you have that good, right? Even when you have that good change, you may not necessarily understand it fully, so you still kind of have that fear. Okay? That also contributes to why the market dropped today, as well as follow the leader. Somebody take off running, you running too. There are people who do that in the market. The market start to sell, they may be like, man, I done lost money already. I don't want to lose more, or I don't want to lose my money, so let me go ahead and sell right now. Okay? Because the prices are constantly dropping and dropping and dropping. So fear sets in. Okay? And so they follow what's happening in the market. Mark, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. JJ say we fighting the banks at this time. They don't want to lose. Y'all, JJ, you own it. This is what I had my stock mentor teach me. Okay, he wasn't talking to me directly, y'all, but I feel like he was talking to me directly. But he said there's a lot of stuff that happens in these markets, specifically talking about stock market at the time. And he was like, what you don't want to do is let the things that are happening trick you out your spot. Get in position, stay in position. What that simply means is if you know you're going to be in this market, okay, if you know you're going to be in this market, know specifically what it is you want to invest in, why you want to invest in that thing, have your budget, follow your budget, but be consistent. So if you're consistently investing in the thing that you know why you're investing in it, you're not going above your means, you're not over leveraging, you're not borrowing to invest into it, right? If you're doing those things consistently, you're going to win regardless. Okay? You have a higher probability of winning than the person that does not do that and that goes off a whim, that feels like the market's going to do this. It feels like the market's going to do that, and they don't have a real plan. Okay? And that's what that means. Dollar cost average is what JJ put in the chat. When you are investing in this market, for the people who gave me 1s, 2s, some of you 3s, you know, you may or may not know, but this is the thing. This is something you're going to hear all the time in this market. Dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. Because what we don't want to do is attempt to time the market. If you attempt to time the market, you're going to miss out. You make more mistakes. So the best thing to do is just have an investment plan. What do you want to invest in? Why do you want to invest in that thing? Look at your budget. My budget says that I can do X, Y, and Z. Yes, you can DM me, Mike. My budget says that I can invest this percentage of my income. Cool. Okay, now out of this percentage of my income, how much of that am I putting into crypto? How much of that am I putting into the stock market? How much of that am I putting into precious metals? Okay, how much of that am I putting towards real estate or buying REITs? Whatever it is, how much of that am I putting into these different assets, these different asset classes? Okay. So if we know these things, we're prepared. We now can pay attention to how the market is moving, and we don't feel some type of way like we used to because we have a plan. We're staying in position. Okay. So for all my people who are in the stock market already, you know, y'all already know this. But if you are new to the cryptocurrency market, or you're just a new investor in general, and crypto is your first route, your first avenue, then it's going to take some time for you to really understand how the market flows. I need y'all to know something. Markets don't react just to laws. They react to how people feel about them. This is why it's important for us to talk about how we felt when we read that headline. It's important for us to talk about how we felt when we saw the price go down or go up. How did you feel? Because that is going to determine how you respond. Either you buy, either you sell, or you just freeze altogether. Is that part of your plan to buy? Like right now, for the people who was like, you should be buying now. I can't tell a person that they should be buying. Number one, because I'm not a financial advisor at this time. Okay? So I can't tell you to buy. But what I can tell you, Leona is doing, one, dollar cost average. Two, there are specific price points that I'm looking for. I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example. There are certain price points that I'm looking for Bitcoin to go to, so that way I can exchange some of my stable stash, my USDC, okay? Exchange that, boom, and then put it into Bitcoin. Said back Bitcoin didn't hit $1 million a coin. Listen, what's that? You said Kathy Wood was the one that changed her mind about that whole idea of Bitcoin hitting $1 million. Was that you, Unstoppable, that said that? I'm like, how's she gonna switch up on us like that? Girl, you just sat here and said not too long ago it's gonna hit $1 million. Now all of a sudden you change your mind. See, this is again why we have to, y'all, just get in position. That's it, that's all. Whenever Bitcoin surpasses its previous all-time high of October, you're gonna be happy. Whenever XRP surpasses its all-time high at $3 and so on, you're gonna be happy. Whenever Ethereum surpasses its last all-time high, you're gonna be happy. Why? Because you're just in position. You're not worried about what these people are always saying, oh, you know, Bitcoin is gonna go to 250K. Y'all know I've been hearing 250K Bitcoin since what, 2021? And I'm like, well, when is this gonna happen? And they say this every year. I got a screenshot. I don't know if anybody followed this gentleman on YouTube or X. His name is Scott, and he goes by the Wolf of All Streets. I have a screenshot. Was it 2024? I think 2024. He said Bitcoin is about to hit 250K, and I said, how, Sway? Like, what y'all just be throwing out numbers? What data are you looking at to tell you that Bitcoin is about to hit 250K in 2024? We got told that it was. I ain't gonna say we. I was on different Twitter spaces listening to the conversations. Guess what they said? 250 for 2025. Did Bitcoin hit 250K in 2025? Nope. Thank you, JJ. They got a little mix going on YouTube. Right. So I'm not telling y'all not to listen to these people because they making more money than me. I'm telling you that now. Okay. They making more money than me right now. But what I do know is I'm not about to sit here and be like, yeah, it's about to hit this price point. I don't do that. Because I know that anything can change in this market. So it don't make sense for me to sit here and say it's going to go to this price point. No, now, does it have a potential to go down to a certain price? Yeah, because now I have data to go off of to tell me prior to January 29th, 2026, this is what was happening in the market. So now I can identify areas that says, hey, it's screaming to me. Hey, it's strong potential. Probability is really high that price is going to come down to here. Garrett, welcome. Okay? So for all of y'all that gave 1s, 2s, maybe even 3s, All right. If you like what you're hearing, you like my vibe, you're like, I'm learning more. I'm learning. I need some more step by step though, Leona. Okay, because I want to get into this market. I don't want to panic. I want to be level headed and clear. Right? You want to know how to think, not what to think. And if any of y'all have ever followed a gentleman or listened to any of his previous recordings, Reverend Ike is a person that I've been listening to for some years, and that was his biggest thing. I want you to know how to think, not what to think. Okay? I did check it out, JJ. It's not for me. It's not for me. Welcome, Fred. Thank you so very much for liking the live, Mike. Okay? So I want you to know how to think, not what to think. All right? So if you're a beginner, YouTube, go ahead, subscribe. Share if you haven't shared yet. Thumbs up if you haven't done the thumbs up yet. Hit the notification bell as well. Okay? If you are liking what you're hearing, yeah, it's not for me, you know. If you like what you're hearing, you haven't shared yet, go ahead, y'all, share this with somebody else. You know, sharing is caring. Okay, that's for y'all on TT. Y'all see these goals over here? These goals over here. Thank you. Hey, Janelle, thank you so very much for the repost. Jana. Oh, I messed that up. Thank you for putting that in parentheses, girl, because Jana, thank you for the follow too. Okay. Now, yes, same name on YouTube. So these are the goals, y'all, to get to 75. Y'all come on, y'all doing great. Okay, y'all doing great. Let's keep it going. All right, so 75K shares, reposts, 250. All right, they ain't looking too good. Okay, but I got it. Not everybody know me, so it's cool, you know. But if you haven't, if you have not followed me, then just repost. I do it for people all the time. I just repost. All right, if I like what I'm hearing. Okay, and then if you've been here before and you haven't shared yet, let's go ahead and get the sharing, and continue to engage, y'all, because that makes it fun. Okay, that's what makes it fun. So I also have something for my people who have not, for my people who have, Mamba Land said, I'm not a trader, I'm an investor, I buy and hold. That's what's up. Good job. Okay, so for my people who are beginners, you want to get step-by-step instructions on how to get into it. Welcome, Alex. Thank you so very much for sharing the live. You want to get step-by-step instructions on like what are some things that I need to learn first? That's part of this crypto starter kit that I have. It's totally free. Okay. If you're like, man, how do I open up a Coinbase account? All right. It gives you step 1, step 2, step 3 on how to open up a Coinbase account, how to open up Uphold. Okay. It also shows you how to move your crypto from a crypto exchange to your own private wallet, whichever one that you choose. Within that, I also have the hyperlinks on there for different hot wallets, okay, like apps on your phone, apps on your computer. I have those links, so you can click on the link and it sends you directly to, I believe I have, is it MetaMask? I know I have Exodus because I have Trust Wallet on there, but I think I have MetaMask, the link to go directly there. But it sends you directly to the website, so you don't have to guess. You can go just check it out, okay? And then the same thing for a few of the cold wallets. It's a lot of them out there, y'all, so I wasn't going to put all of them on there because, again, it's a crypto starter kit, all right? So, and I put 3 of the cold wallets on there, too. I know I put Ledger. I put the Tangem link as well as Trezor. So I put those 3 on there. So you can click on the link, the hyperlink, when you download the starter kit. You click on the hyperlink and it sends you directly to the manufacturer's website. Y'all, and I'm going to say this every single time I go live. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please do not, if you do decide, hey, I want to take my cryptocurrency off of my crypto exchange. So I want to take it from Coinbase to, let's say Ledger. Okay. I heard so much about the Ledger. I want to get that. On that starter kit, it has a hyperlink. You click on it, it sends you straight to ledger.com. Not eBay, not Amazon, not anything else. Okay. So say it's Trust Wallet, easy to use. I haven't messed with it yet. I haven't used it in years, but I mean, I still have one. But it was easy to me. I don't think the only one I know for a fact I just did not like was MetaMask. I ain't gonna lie, I just didn't like it. But that's Leona. There are plenty of other people who are like they swear by it because they had it NFTs and all this. So that's why I put it on there, because I'm not a person that's into NFTs like that. However, have at it. Okay. Find what works for you. So that's why I just put 3 and 3, but there's a lot more out there, y'all, than what I put on there. Okay. So yeah, you can actually click the link in my bio, y'all. On TikTok, y'all can click that link, and then it'll send you to just put your information in, download it, and then you can go ahead and use it. Y'all, you have lifetime access to it, so it's not like it's gonna just disappear because you know what I'm saying, you download it. Now you have access to it as long as you keep the emails. Let's say something happens to your computer, but it's in your email still. You'll just be able to search for Crypto Starter Kit, okay? And you'll be able to get it. All right, so I won't mess with that one then. Yeah, I don't, like I said, it's not for me. But, to each his own. I won't tell anyone that you shouldn't, use a specific wallet unless we know that it, is not doing what it's supposed to do. And there's a lot of issues, okay? So I'm going to need a wallet. I'm going to need a lot of wallets for staking. Yeah. Yeah. And for you, JJ, because I do stake as well. I had someone, I can't remember who it was. See you, blind guy, welcome. I can't remember who it was, but they were pretty much staking in their cold wallet. And no, not staking, doing airdrops in their cold wallet. And I will tell y'all this, staking, I will only do in a hot wallet of my choice. And I definitely will not have a whole lot of money in there. Okay. Because me personally, I use my hot wallets like a checking account. As an adult, what do you think most adults use their checking accounts for? To do what? What does the average person, average adult, use their checking account for? And so why put it on a cold wallet? And if the price increases, you have to put it back on the exchange. Because the cold wallet for me, Aaron, the cold wallet for me is not for me. It's for the future. I'm not touching it. Once those assets go in there, it's not mine. It's for the next generations. Right. OG Chris, bills. Right. So that's how, in my mind, I look at a hot wallet. I know that I'm going to be moving that crypto. Right. I know that I'm going to be sending some crypto, either in some type of business transaction, whatever, or gifting, whatever it is, making a purchase, whatever it is. I know that this hot wallet, okay, has the crypto in here because I know it's about to move. Okay. So it's like a checking account to me. Into the B. Thank you so very much for the heart, me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome, Tom. Okay. Cold wallets, like I said, for Aaron, cold wallets, I personally use that as for future generations. Once the crypto goes in there, it's not for me. Okay. Hot wallet is for Leona. Cold wallet is for the kids, the grandbabies. Okay. That's Leona. I'm not everybody. So I only use cold wallets if the other ones hot. I don't really for the under. I only use cold wallets as the others hot. I didn't fully understand that yet. So there are there are a lot of different hot wallets and a lot of different cold wallets. So for my people who have been in the market for a long time, can y'all type in the chat which hot wallets y'all use? That way JJ can kind of can go test them out. And this is what I love about hot wallets, y'all. You can just go on there, download it on your laptop, okay? You can download it and then play around and see if you like it. If you don't like it, guess what? Delete it. If it's too complicated, delete it. Go to another one. I'm telling you, you're going to find the ones that you like. Like I said, I have MetaMask, but I just don't like it. So I don't have anything on it, right? I have a Tron wallet. I have Trust. I have Exodus. I have a base wallet, but I don't use it. I did use it at one point in 2020, 2021, something like that, right? But nah, I just stopped using it. Okay. It to be like a checking and saving account. Absolutely. That's pretty much how I use it. Okay. JJ said I got Tangem and I'm cool with that one. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about Tangem. That's why I ordered it. So I'm waiting on mine to come in because I'm like, I want to see what the hype is. I want to see. I want the card. I ain't gonna lie. I just want the card. Still don't get the kind. I still don't kind of get the cold and hot. Yeah. So like I said, it's just the difference between one, you know that you're going to use that crypto. That's your hot. Okay. This is where Leona also stakes. This is where Leona gets airdrops sent. Hot wallets and hot wallets only. Because again, remember what I said. I know that money is going to move. I know the money is going to move. And even with staking for you, JJ, I don't know if you're doing all of it, but I'm not putting all of a particular digital asset. I'm not going to stake all of it. I will only stake a portion. This again is why I only have a certain amount of my digital assets on a hot wallet, because I stake Cardano and Ethereum. I'm not about to stake all of my Cardano and all of my Ethereum. So there's only a certain amount of my Ethereum, a certain amount of my Cardano on a hot wallet. Got it? The rest, cold wallet. Okay? JJ said Tangem is nice, it's easy to use, and no problem to pull money out. Okay, that's good. Good. So see, I'm ready. Yes, indeed. Hey, what's going on, Saga City? I see you. What's up? Happy Thursday. How will you be able to purchase REITs with crypto? I ain't tried to purchase no REITs with crypto. I ain't say anything about that. I've never even thought about that. That has not crossed my mind. I was just saying if you're thinking about purchasing REITs or whatever, like, I don't know, ma'am. I can't give you the answer on that one, Aaron, because I've never done it. I don't know anybody that's done it. So that's something you would definitely have to ask somebody, because I don't know. That hasn't been thought on my mind. That crossed my mind. Okay. So yeah. So with that, you purchase REITs through your stock brokerage. You just need to know which ones you want to invest in. Okay. So like I said, for all y'all, boom, crypto starter kit is totally free. You can download it by going to the link in my bio. It gives you step by step. Okay. On YouTube, y'all, it's in the description of the description box of this video. Okay. So if you want to get it, download it, boom, that's cool. Okay. Not a requirement. You ain't got to do nothing. Okay. Because you're grown. Welcome, Sunshine. What's going on, sis? Happy Thursday. All right. So yeah, Mike, that's what I told them. Because in that crypto starter kit, it sends they have a hyperlink in there where it sends them straight to the manufacturer and not to Amazon, Best Buy, or anything like that. Saga says, so I would say I was wrong about the market structure bill passing by Hey, this is what I don't do. I don't make any projections or predictions. I don't do that. I have learned my lesson. I just sit back and I watch because anything can happen. And I have, especially in this market, cryptocurrency, what I grew accustomed to, welcome King Lee, what I grew accustomed to, and what's happening today, I'm just in here like, God dang, okay, well, that's out the window. Times are different. So I just roll with what's given to me, you know? So yeah, so let's go. So let's finish this up. And then if y'all have anything else to add, by all means, type it in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Tangent is a two-step process facing my car. Okay, cool. Welcome, Elder Estrella. I know I messed it up. I feel like I messed it up. If I did, please let me know. And I'm sorry. Decent. What's going on? Welcome. All right. So here's the thing. We talked about on Tuesday, I brought up something because I told y'all the way that I talk about cryptocurrency today, okay? Started switching it up a bit last year, but the way I talk about it today is not the typical buy this, sell that. This is why you should buy, this is why you should sell. No, we talk about that, but I'm a person, I'm curious as to why people think the way they think, why they do what they do, why they invest the way they invest or avoid investing in general. Welcome, Chica. I am curious. That's why I was going to school for psychology at one point. And then I realized college is not for me. Okay? I have my own way of thinking and processing and all that stuff, and you ain't about to rush my process. All right? Miss Tazzy T, what's going on? Welcome. All right. So Tuesday, I talked about that. And I'm telling y'all now, this is where I'm heading today. Because thinking about why people think the way they think, why the market dropped, okay? Here's what we saw from a behavioral finance standpoint, okay? Today was a great example of what I mentioned on Tuesday, catastrophic thinking. I was talking about that because I was like, this is what happens. Our brains, we sit here and we go into one thing. It's that one thing. Because I caught myself today when I was like, hey, so they still got to put the piece the bills together and then come up with an agreement, and then we got to be all like, God dang, like we ain't done yet. And I was like, when I read it, I was like, so what's like what they can't agree on? Why are things not done yet? What's that thing? My mind was telling me is one thing. That wasn't negative. Like I wasn't going down this rabbit hole and just saying, oh, no, I was curious. Okay. I was super curious. And so some people may take the route of not necessarily being curious, but they go down this spiral. Right? That's that catastrophic thinking. Our brains can jump from this thing matters to me right now to, oh my God, everything's at risk. The whole crypto market is about to just plummet. And I'm talking about down in the dumps. Then I don't have the money. And then, no, y'all, I will say this not necessarily irrational, okay? It's like a protective mechanism, all right? But here's the thing. I want us to know protection works better for us, all right? Especially as investors, protection works better for us when we take our time, we pause, okay? Instead of allowing ourselves to panic sell. Buy because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm missing the move, but the market is already running hot, right? We can take our time, pause. So today, the Jester said, I'm an ex-founding member of Coinbase Crypto. It's okay. JJ said they're trying to devalue the dollar. That's why metals are moving, because the big heads are scared. They're doing it for a reason, though. There's always a reason. Listen, if I haven't learned anything in just reading and paying attention to the history, okay, everything they do is for a reason, and it's not necessarily for us. It's for specific people, specific groups of individuals. It's for them. Okay. Not even Congress is doing things specifically for themselves because they're not in the position. Now, I don't want to be this person, but I'm pretty sure y'all already know. You don't heard it. You know, they're bought and paid for. Majority of those members in Congress are bought and paid for to the highest bidder. So whoever provides the most support and so on and so forth, they're going to pass along and talk about what they're talking about, what they want and what they need and all that because they're bought and paid for. So this is why it's important for us to not be emotionally attached. Okay? We need to follow the data. We need to follow the history. And we need to detach our emotions as much as we possibly can. We're humans, okay? But detach our emotions as much as we possibly can. Take a moment and then think, what is actually happening? What is actually happening? What is the data telling me? Not what I'm feeling. What is the data telling me? Right? Thank you, Opie, for the follow. I appreciate you. JJ say you just got to pay attention and join the game. And I'm going to tell y'all something. They sure enough change the rules too. Okay? Soon as you feel like you got it figured out, the rules change. Don't get discouraged though. Do what you know. You cannot, I'm telling y'all, if you invest in the thing that has shown and proved that it has staying power, like my husband says, right? If you can stick to that thing and invest in it consistently every single month, you cannot lose. You cannot lose because you know data. And guess what? The people with billions of dollars, they're following that data. They have more access than we do, but guess what? They're still following some data points that we have access to. And if anything, y'all, follow the money. The people with the big money, what are they investing in? Why are they investing in it? Is this something that's morally aligned with me? Do I want to invest in that thing? Who benefits from this if this thing fails? Like, these are questions we ask ourselves. So we're not rushing. We're not sitting here, thinking about, I got to hurry up and make a decision. No, as an investor, that's the thing that I love about investing. I love to trade, okay? But as an investor, I can take my freaking time. I do not have to make a decision today. Right now, I don't have to make a decision right now as to what I'm going to do. Why? Because I already have a plan. I'm constantly investing every month. I already know I'm waiting for a price to get into this area. Specifically for me talking about Bitcoin, I'm waiting for price to get in this area. It gets in this area, boom, I have my stable stash and I can exchange some of that USDC for Bitcoin, have that in my cold wallet. I'm good to go. So I'm not sitting here like, I got to buy now. I got to do that. No. Plan. Take a moment, pause, woosah, rub your ears, breathe, whatever you need to do. I don't care. Do that. And then make an informed decision on how you want to move forward in this market. I got it sold off. And it's going to do that. Thank you so very much, Crypto Stock Markets for the Heartbeat. Welcome in, right? The market's going to do that. Every market does that. Crypto is not exempt. Stock market drops. Gold, silver, copper, all that stuff. Those metals are going to drop. Oil is going to drop. The real estate market, the value of certain real estate drops. Businesses have business cycles where you're going to see more business in certain months of the year than you would in others. Everything has a cycle. So if we look at crypto in that sense, we know that what goes up must come down. That's universal law. That's not something Leona made up. Welcome, Matt Glow. Thank you so very much for the follow. That's not something Leona made up. That's law. Universal law. What goes up must come down. But guess what? What goes down does what? Eventually, it comes back up. Especially the things that have shown and proved and stood the test of time. Okay? That's just what it is. So if for the person that was panicking today, that was fearful today, that was like, oh my gosh, what is happening today? Just know that this is what comes with being an investor in this market. It is. Okay. Crypto stock market said we are in the bear market. I'm glad you said that, because there were people that were telling us that we were in a bear market in November. Then they said we're in a bear market in December. Now, crypto stock markets, if you cool with it, I would really love for you to share with us what are the things that you personally look for. Y'all don't have to do this, but what are the things that you personally look for that tells you and has been proven before? This tells me we're in a bear market. What are those things? I'll tell y'all what I'm looking for, right? I'll tell y'all what I'm looking for. So while crypto stock markets, if he's typing it, I'll tell y'all what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the chart right now. I study Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the first one to come on the scene. If it wasn't for Bitcoin, it wouldn't be any other cryptocurrency that anybody talks about and attempts to tell you that you should invest in. Okay. And it's the best thing since sliced bread. If it wasn't for Bitcoin, none of these other jokers would be here. Okay. So what Leona looks for is a couple of things. Number one, I look for 3 months at a bare minimum, 3 consecutive months of prices continuing to drop. We need to see, I love the charts, okay? So I'm speaking for myself. I love the charts. So what I look for is, do I see consistent higher highs and then lower lower highs and lower lows, meaning this is the high, price came down. So, okay, so Unstoppable said a steady decline. That is one of them, absolutely. So this is the high. October, Bitcoin was here. Okay, just using this as an example. I'm looking at the chart right now. As a matter of fact, let me show this to y'all on StreamYard. Hold on. Let me go to a different one that's not all marked up. Because y'all will be like, what is all of this stuff on here? Don't mind it, okay? So I'm going to share my screen real quick. And then I'm going to pour this down for y'all on TikTok, okay? So, sorry. Song came on. Just I'm like, man, I ain't heard this song in a minute. Okay, so YouTube, y'all should be able to see this. And then TikTok, give me a second. Let's see if it lets you, because I had somebody else come up and it wouldn't let them show their video. All right. Okay. So I'm going to mute this so that way y'all can hear on YouTube. Okay. So crypto stock markets. So I was sharing what I look for to tell me what constitutes a bear market. So you go ahead. What you got?
So what I look for, I like to simplify everything. I'm kind of similar to you. I like everything. I don't really get into the technicals. I do that for myself, but what I like to tell people. So when it comes to Bitcoin, there's a halving.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens every 4 years. So there's times in the market, and this is when anybody investing in crypto should pay attention to it in 4-year cycles. So 18 to 20 months before the halving, that's always when crypto is going to be at its lowest. And this is something that even for you to check into as well. But then after the halving, 15 to 18 months, we'll go into all-time highs.
Yep.
Once we hit our all-time highs, we slide back into the bear market. So we hit our all-time high in October, and that was roughly the 15 to 18 month. So I didn't want to call a bear market right away in November. I was actually hopeful that it was going to go a little longer this time into the first quarter. But I was wrong on that, and it's just obvious now that we're in a bear market. And I believe we just had our first lower low or lower high. We just had our first lower high. Also, I look to, and this is more on the technical side, when we first go under the 36, the yearly moving average. Yeah, crypto, yeah. So that's what I look for. I go into the phases. 15, 18 months, that's after it just goes into the bear market. Everybody is saying it's different with the institutions and everything around. I don't really see too much different. I know we didn't have the altcoin season that we were supposed to have, but
we just gonna keep waiting.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I have to call it. I gotta stay true to history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get your feelings involved, and it's like, okay, the altcoin season, we had it. It just wasn't what it was supposed to be. You know, I was big on pro. I was buying it all. I was buying it the whole bear market at 6 cents, 7 cents, and it went up to 35 cents. I mean, it did its thing, but I was expecting $2.
Mm.
So I misjudged that. I didn't play that right. But I can sit here and keep being hopeful because I can say, yeah, I know what I'm talking about or whatever, but that ain't going to do us no good. So I got to take on what's going on right now. Yeah, in the bear market.
Yep. So it's the same thing because I've had people tell me, not a whole lot of people, but I've had a few people tell me, I need to start thinking about the halving. And I'm like, but until it proves me different, that is a huge factor because of course, Bitcoin is my go-to to just study the overall market. So if I see historically after every single halving, there's an all-time high, and then the following year, the market takes a dump, well, guess what? That's a pattern. So if it does that cycle after cycle, then the only thing I can do is follow the pattern. So I agree with you, crypto stock markets, that we are indeed in that market, in that bear market, because we've had 3 consecutive selling months. And like you said, I'm looking at the week. We had our lower high on the week, the 12th of January, that week. And now we're back to selling. So we're about to have another low, which will be another lower low.
Right.
So it's a wrap. And I so hope Michael Saylor is good.
Well, so I just did something on this BlackRock, they've been sliding out. Like they just got rid of over $1 billion they offloaded.
Yeah.
So I've been paying attention to that. And yeah, it's not looking good. But what I think is going on, I don't think we're going to explode as much as we have been. Because normally Bitcoin with a 3x. That was the pattern that we were going at. This time it only roughly 2x. So we may not go into a lower low. We may not go too low this time. The lowest we may go is probably 60K. You know, 60K versus 40K. But we were on a pattern where 3x. Every time it go past this all time, it would go from 20K to 60 to 60K. It was going that pattern. But this time it only 2x. The good news is in the next 10 months, and verify this, but in the next 10 months, that's the bottom of the crypto market. That's the good news. Around January, it'll be the lowest lows, and that's when everybody should be buying.
So what that tells everybody from what I've studied, right? The last 2 cycles, we were in a bear market, 10 or 11 months, right? There was one where it was 12 or 13. I can't remember if it was not 2022, so the one before that. I believe that one was a bit longer. Or was it 2022? Whichever one. Okay. So at the end of the day, you have close to a whole year, ladies and gentlemen, according to data, not because crypto stock market said it, not because Leona said it. Data says that you have close to a year to stock up your stable stash. So as prices get lower, you can do what? Not only dollar cost average, but you can buy in bulk at much lower prices. Not financial advice, not investment advice. Okay? Not saying that. But data tells us what we can do. We should let data lead us in a direction. So I appreciate you, crypto stock markets. Thank you so very much for coming out here and sharing with us.
For sure. As always, I like your, you give really solid advice. Those normally the people who I pay attention to. I don't like all that people who say, yeah, sell your home, buy crypto. I don't like when people are guided that way. So whether there's things you say that I disagree with or whatever, that just may not be my style, but you always give solid advice, and I respect that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Keep
that.
doing your thing, love.
Thank you. Awesome. And y'all, if again, I'm not a gatekeeper, so I always say if it's somebody that teaches in a manner that you like, go follow them. Crypto Stock Markets does a lot of teaching. Has a lot of videos on his profile breaking down different ways, different things about cryptocurrency. And it's not just cryptocurrency because I've been on his profile, y'all. Okay. So go over there, check him out. You know what I'm saying? It's not just crypto, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if you are interested, just as an investor in general, you want to learn more about money, and things of that nature, there are other people on this app that I follow, and I'm like, that's dope. Crypto Stock Markets is one of them. Cool. That's right, y'all. Yes, you're welcome.
You got me down?
How do I do that? Look. Oh, there you go. I got it. Cool. All right. So I'm going to show y'all this, what we were talking about. I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube. My bad. We got to talk, but hopefully y'all can hear everything. Okay. So I'm going to turn this screen around as soon as I figure out how to do it. Lord, help me. Now I've done this 20 million times, and now I'm on here and I can't figure it out. There you go. Boom. Okay, so y'all should be able to see my screen now. Let me move it this way. Nope. I need to move this thing out the way. Okay. All right. So let's go. Alvarado said my stock portfolio went down 3% today. Today was brutal. Hey, you know, the market's gonna do what it do, y'all. The market's gonna do what it do. Okay. So this is the month for Bitcoin. I'm just showing y'all Bitcoin. This is the 1 month. So y'all see how, where is it? So we were talking about past cycles. Okay. So 2021 going into 2022. Okay. Bitcoin made an all-time high here in 2021. This is after the halving occurred. And then it turned around and made a second all-time high. Now, from what I know, that was the first time that happened. Okay. Where it had 2 all-time highs directly following the halving like that. Okay. So in 2022, this is when our crypto winter occurred. This is when the market plummeted. So this one was, what's going on, DH? What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday. This is when the market for Bitcoin specifically dropped over 70%. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing y'all this, thank you, Tracy, for the follow. The reason why I'm showing y'all this is because if you gave me the one, the number two, the number three in the chat, and you haven't been in this market long, I need you to recognize now, today, the market is different. However, that doesn't exempt the market from dropping significantly. So 2022, Bitcoin specifically dropped over 70%. So it went from almost 69,000. Y'all looking at this, 69,000 almost. See that? It says 60. Wait, let me go up here. 68. Stay there. 68. Oh, so that one says 69. Maybe I'm up too high. But anyway, it hit almost 69,000 in 2022, right? Price dropped down. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you so very much for the finger heart. Okay. Look at that. This is the low. This is back in the end of 2022. Hold on. I'm trying to get it. Bam. Okay. So towards the end of 2022, I'm going to go over here. Look at where it went down to. Does everybody see this? So I just showed y'all the all-time high in 2022 was doggone near 69,000. Price dropped from 69,000 to 15,000. This is not, Leona made this up. I'm showing you the chart. Everybody got this so far. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it so far. You see what I'm showing you? Okay? I hope this goes Superfly said you're preparing people for a version of what is definitely coming. Listen, I just want y'all to not be surprised. That's the whole point of this. We should not be surprised when the market drops 40%, 50%, 60%, if it goes 60%, right? Because things are different today. So from 2022, you see this, okay? 2022, 15K. I'm not making it up. All right, my bad. I went down a little too far. Okay, 15K. So from 2022 to end of 2022, crypto went from 15K to what? Hold on, let me move this down. What does that say? October 2025, all-time high was what? I'm not making it up, y'all. It's right here in our face. Everybody can go to TradingView. This particular website is free. You choose to pay for it, but it's free. Welcome, Gusto. Welcome, Black Gemini. Okay? So you go on here and you can see this for yourself. Leona's not making it up. So it went from 15K, y'all, at the end of 2022 to $126,000 last year. Now, the previous cycle I just showed y'all, this is after the halving. Market tanked, dropped over 70%. Not CB4, MC Gusto. Oh, shoot. And then it did what it's supposed to do. After every single bear market, it rose to the occasion, rebounded, created a new all-time high, and guess what? We've experienced 3 consecutive months of sales, of prices being lower. How do I know that? Each one of these candles, y'all, represents 1 month right here. The M stands for month. If I click on it, you see it says 1 month. All right. So, So with us knowing that each candle represents 1 month, this is the month of January. This is the month of December. Y'all see that? This is the month of December. This is the month of November. This is the month of October. October closed in a sale. It made a high and it closed lower than what it opened at. So we had October closed in a sale, November closed in a sale, December closed in a sale. Is that or is that not 3 consecutive months of the market selling off? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if that is 3 consecutive months of the market selling, or give me a thumbs down in the chat if you say, nope, that's not 3 consecutive months of the market selling. Because even January, look at where we are. And this is the end of the month, y'all. So what does that tell us as crypto investors? This is our time to stack. This is our time to build our portfolio. This is not investment advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how Leona looks at the market. This is the time for Leona to start stacking and stacking and stacking. So when the market does rebound, like it did down here, when the market does rebound, guess what I'm able to do? I'm able to sit back with my legs kicked up like, shoot, I did that. Right? I can just kick back and be like, I did it. Because Leona bought back in here when there was 18K-ish. Where's the 18K at? Look, I can't even find it because it's the month. Down in here somewhere. There you go. That's 18K. Right? So regardless of what's going on, Leona is up because my initial buying, again, started at 18K. Okay? In 2023. Now for you, you determine what that is for you. But I'm telling y'all, according to data, you now have close to a whole year to stack your bread so you can buy into this market if that's what you choose to do after you have talked to your financial advisor. They say winter is coming. That's right. Okay? Anybody have any objection to that? Do y'all not agree with that we're in a bear market? Look, I'm going to go to the week for you. 1 week. Each candle represents 1 week. This is that all-time high right here. Price came down. Pull back up a little bit. See that? Price came down. It created a lower low. This was a low here. Okay? This was another low. Got it? Price attempted to come up. Couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite pass. Okay? Couldn't pass go. So now this is a what? Lower high. Because this is a high point, but it's lower than what? Right here. Everybody see that? This is a high point, but it's lower than right here. Guess what we about to have? Another lower low. This is a low here. Once January closes, if January closes below here, hold up. If January closes below here, I'm trying to get it there. Boom. Let me push this up a little bit. Dang it. Get up there, man. January closes below here. What they say? 80,581. January closes below there. Guess what we now have? Another lower low. Everybody got it. Roger, thank you for the follow. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes or no? Type it in the chat for me. So this is why Leona, I've seen low, lower high, lower low, lower high. If this closes below here, lower low. And then I just showed y'all each candle over here represents 1 month. So we've already had 3 consecutive selling months. October, November, December. January closes in a sale. Guess what? That's 4 consecutive months of selling. Now, I'm going to give y'all something else. I'm going to go to Fear and Greed Index. Trying to pull it up. Crypto, Fear and Greed Index. There we go. If we see fear and extreme fear, guess what that tells us? Look at that. We still at fear. Yesterday, fear. Last week, fear. Last month, fear. Doggone it. Doggone it. What's going on? The market's selling. It's time for us to consider stacking our chips. Y'all got it? I hope y'all got it. Okay? So there's no need to be afraid. That's the point I'm attempting to make here. And hopefully that point was made. There's no need to be afraid, y'all. It's not. Especially when you know what the market is doing. Okay? When you know what the market is doing, you just move with the market. You don't move against it. You just move with the market. Cool? And say, that guy is trying to make the U.S. the world's crypto capital. That's what he said. Again, I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to advocate for anyone or anything because anything can happen in life. Okay? So at the end of the day, I got it. We are wondering why in the world price dropped, and these things, the Clarity Act, they're pushing forward. Now the House and the Senate have to come together and take the best part from what the House put together and take the best part from what the Senate put together, and now they need to agree on what they're going to put together to make the bill that is going to be the one to get pushed forward, to be signed, and now we know if crypto is a security or if it's a commodity. That's where we're at. So at the end of the day, what this could kind of mean for us long term, okay? This is no promise. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not Ian Dunlap. I'm not the master investor. I'm none of that. I'm Leona, okay? So what this could mean for what it could look like for us long term is those clearer rules are going to come out. So it's going to reduce that uncertainty that a lot of people have. This is why certain financial institutions are not all the way in on cryptocurrency. This is why Vanguard took so long to say that their customers can put crypto ETFs in their IRAs because that uncertainty is still there, right? So with that comes certainty once everything comes together. All right. Oh, thank you so very much for the crown. All right. Clarity doesn't mean instant price increases because the data has shown us, thank you so very much for the heart me, data has shown us that after halvings, all-time highs happen for Bitcoin, and after those, hey, I like that. Thanks for the TikTok live. So after the halving, we have our all-time high. After the all-time high, if we have 3 consecutive selling months, typically that's our signal with the fear, the extreme fear, lower lows, lower highs, back to back. When we have all of those things together, guess what that means? We are officially in a bear market. It is a seller's market. This is where if we want to take advantage of the selling market, we buy. It's just as simple as that. That's what we do. Hey, he made it to 12. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And now you can listen to some Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Anyway, so at the end of the day, y'all, the right now, we are looking at us being prepared for the long term. That's it. Short term, price drop. Okay, we have stock market, crypto stock market said 10 months. All right. Yeah, I'm about to leave because this is it, and then it's wrap. So I got her. I do it. So yeah. So with that being said, right now, okay, we know 3 consecutive months. Last 2 cycles, it's been about a year or so, right? 11 months, 12 months, okay? From the previous all-time high, that was a bear market. So that means you have 9, 10, 11 months, depending on how the cycle goes now with these financial institutions all up in here. All right? So with that being said, patience, take your time, slow down, don't panic. When you see prices drop, we all know, according to data, you can believe it or not, you know, you don't have to take anything I said, but my mentality right now is it's a selling market.
And so all I'm doing is focusing on stocking up. That's what my focus is at. That's it. That's all. I'm not sitting here attempting to trade and do a buy, right? Nope. It's a seller's market. So that's where my focus is at. Stock it up. Okay. So with that being said, the most important thing that I want y'all to get from tonight isn't the Clarity Act itself. And, oh man, the prices drop. Okay. It's how you respond to any type of uncertainty that happens in this market or any market. So when news hit, I want y'all to ask yourself, is this news, is this new information, okay, from the news you're getting, or is this like emotions in there? Is this emotional responses to what's happening? Okay, is this emotional responses? Because the markets react to emotions, not necessarily the news, okay? And what actually changed structurally, not price, what actually changed structurally? We're still in the same position as far as not having clarity on whether crypto is under the SEC or falls under CFTC. We're still there, same way we were in 2020, same way we were 2015, same way we were 2009. Okay? Nothing changed. All right? So for us, we just want to make sure that we keep in mind we're just making calmer decisions, okay? Those calm decisions are going to protect you more than those quick, fast ones that are emotionally driven. All right? So for my people who gave the 1s and 2s, maybe the 3s in the chat, if you want to continue with your crypto education, you want to get a step-by-step, you want to know how to think and not what to think, you want to be able to react to the market in a decisive manner and not an emotional manner all the time, then guess what? Go ahead, YouTube, subscribe to this channel right now. Okay? TikTok, y'all, I ain't gonna be here long. So if you want to stick with me, you like my vibe, you like my energy, hop on over there and hit subscribe. Okay? That's it. That's all. And if you want to know when I'm live, then definitely hit that notification bell too so you can get notified. But typically Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, I am live talking about crypto for beginners. Okay? I don't do a lot of crypto jargon unless I'm able to break it down. All right. And also, if you want a step-by-step on how to get started, you want to know how to open up your account, I have Coinbase and Uphold on this crypto starter kit. If you want to know how to move your crypto from an exchange to a particular private wallet, and guess what? I have steps on that too, but I also have the different wallets. There's hyperlinks on there. You can click on it, and then it'll send you directly to the website for that hot wallet, and also directly to the manufacturer's website for the cold wallet. Okay? So you're not sitting here going to Best Buy or Amazon and buying your stuff and risking someone else having access to your digital assets when you put it in there. All right. And there's a whole lot more on there. I can't go into all of it because it's too much. And I got to go because my baby is waiting on me and her birthday is tomorrow. So I want to be a good mommy. Okay. And put her to bed so that way she can get up in the morning and be ready to celebrate her birthday. So that's all I got. If y'all want the access to the crypto starter kit, you want step-by-step instructions because you're a really good person, you can follow instructions just fine. You can click the link in my bio, boom, download it for free. YouTube, it's in the description box of this video. Download it for free. Cool, got it. So I will be back on Tuesday, YouTube only, for another Crypto 101. Okay, YouTube only. I am saying sayonara to TikTok because they have been doing me dirty, and I am done. I am done. So yeah, I will be on YouTube live. So I'm just telling you now, Prosperity Calls on YouTube. That's where you can go. All right. So I'm gonna leave y'all my favorite quote, and that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he said to start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Y'all have a great evening, great weekend. If I don't see you prior to Tuesday, and that is it. That is all. Bye, y'all.